Yesterday, we had Daniel Keller from Flux on the show, and this was at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you missed that, I definitely highly recommend you go back and rewatch it. Great interview. I got a lot of technical questions that I wanted out of the way. He did say he'll have somebody more technical hopping on with us later on this month as well, because I still have even more technical questions from you all as well as from myself. That'll be a little bit more in depth, but that's what I try to ask, are these questions to really understand these blockchains, etc. But on top of that, they were kind enough to basically release one of the largest announcements they've had of the year. Maybe not of the year, but of at least this quarter, which is going to be a release of the Flux-Ergo parallel asset. And here's the blog post to basically cover it in more detail. So we'll get through this. Flux and Ergo will be the next parallel asset to build out the Flux ecosystem. Ergo is an excellent proof of work layer 1 blockchain with a vibrant and active community of miners, developers, and Web3 enthusiasts. Flux parallel assets build bridges between Flux and other blockchains. They allow Flux to travel and provide significant cross-chain interaction and integration opportunities. However, building a bridge is not an easy feat. So when you build one, it's pretty important that it will carry you to a destination you want to visit again and again. The Flux team is very focused on selecting parallel assets for Flux that bring value to the Flux ecosystem, both from a holder and development perspective. We're happy to announce that the next Flux parallel asset deployed will be the Flux-Ergo parallel asset. The Flux-Ergo distribution will be based on the May 5th, 2022 snapshot and is targeted for October 25th. So pretty much we do have a pending confirmation and it is subject to change, but people are asking, when is this going to be coming? And it looks like it is going to be on October 25th. Now, we cover Ergo on this channel to a great extent, so I don't think we need to go over the Meet Ergo portion of this. You guys should be aware of what Ergo is at this point, and if you want more details, we have a WTF is video, along with everything else that is covered on Flux. You know, we cover everything on Flux, from the NFTs to the DeFi that's available over there and the DAOs and so on. So you can go check all of that out on this channel if you're interested. So, they do say you're so wrapped up in layers, Ergo boy. Here we go. Ergo is a layer 1 blockchain with a well-developed smart contract platform. On Ergo, you can find a multitude of exciting tokens, dApps, like on Cadena or Ethereum. So there's not a lot to unpack when you dive into the growing Ergo ecosystem, or there is a lot to unpack, excuse me. So we talked about the NFTs, the decentralized exchanges, the DAOs, the IDO platforms with ErgoPad, which we've been covering and doing the giveaways for, and even their own stable coin. So they say this is a vibrant and active community, and one of the reasons they decide to choose it. So while Ergo has a unique approach to its building great layer 2 solutions, it is similar to what we usually identify as layer 2 in blockchain, i.e. smart contracts and dApps. So speaking of 2, I think we had one more announcement regarding this. I'm going to see if I can pull it up. Unfortunately, I think I got an error 404 when I was trying to pull this up for everybody. Let me see if we still get an error for 404. We do. So we are going to have to basically wait on this one, I think, in particular. August 8th. Yeah, this is today. Okay. So more going on with Ergo as well. We have an update on the Plasma from GetBlock, which is a layer 2 solution. So this will be an update as far as this is concerned, or Ergo is concerned. Plasma background. Recently, we at the GetBlock.io team launched a new software library called GetBlock.io Plasma, enabling dApp developers on Ergo to easily integrate AVL trees into their smart contracts and off-chain code. As mentioned in our previous article, GetBlock Plasma enables a whole new world of opportunities for our subpools. We have successfully integrated Plasma contracts into 3 of our subpools and plan to integrate Plasma into a future pool's launch. As stated previously, Plasma allows the potential for huge amounts of data to be stored in a small collection of 32 bytes. With the success of our Plasma contracts and the start of Plasma integration into other projects in the Ergo ecosystem, ecosystem, we believe it to be a good time to discuss why GetBlock.io Plasma was created. We will explore the use cases beyond Plasma subpool contracts and what it means to become a fully decentralized Layer 2 mining platform built on Ergo. Prior to the initial conception of GetBlock.io smart pools, we've believed that decentralization and transparency are important tenets to follow. All actions on smart pool are broadcasted on chain in a way that allows miners to easily see their payouts and shares. However, while payouts themselves are secured on chain, central points of failure still exist on the smart pool. One of the largest and most challenging parts to decentralize is share handling. Share handling refers to the storage of individual shares submitted by each miner in the pool. To calculate payouts, shares for each miner must be collected, which can be used to estimate the amount of work each miner performed. The work for each share is finally accumulated into a single share score, which represents the miner's proportion of the block reward. With nearly 300 plus gigahash on our smart pool, we store upwards of 1 million shares at any given time. It is easy then to see why share handling poses such a problem in decentralization. Direct storage of each share onto the chain is invisible, I think they said, or inviable. The huge amounts of data stored would inflate the size of the blockchain. In addition, there is a computational bottleneck that will occur when trying to verify so many shares at once. So job handling. The second point of centralization involves job handling and ties into censorship resistance. All mining pools on Ergo run their own nodes, which send out block candidates to miners who then try to find the nonce, which solves the proof of work algorithm. In general, this works quite well with Stratum-based software. However, a key problem exists here. If mining pools create and send block candidates to miners, then they control all aspects of the block that makes it on chain. This means the mining pools receive the block reward to their own wallet. Moreover, mining pools have the ability to pick and choose what transactions make it on chain. An adversarial actor may therefore censor certain transactions for whatever reason they choose. This centralization of jobs also means that proof of work-based governance is controlled not by the miners, but by the mining pools who create the block candidates that are sent to the miners. Although our proof of vote protocol helped to mitigate this problem, it was not perfect in that the mining pool acted more as a republic rather than a work-based democracy. The above problems are not easy to fix, and for that reason we have been researching different methods to help solve them. In fact, one of the original purposes of GetBlock Plasma was to help find a solution to these issues that prevent full decentralization. Through our research over the past few months, we now believe that we have a framework to start decentralizing the mining pool further. We've drawn inspiration from various sources, including the Ergo Smart Pool paper, the ETH Smart Pool paper, and Alex, I can never pronounce his last name, Kushti, own research on collateralized mining pools. To begin, let's analyze the problem of share handling. With the huge amounts of data required, it seems only natural that the solution involves AVL trees through Plasma. By using AVL trees to store miner shares, we are able to take the millions of shares needed for payouts and store them all into packets that are 32 bytes in size. We call these packets work digests, and they represent the shares and work each miner performed for the pool. With the storage problem complete, we must still be able to verify that the shares of each miner are correct, and then assign the batch of shares a share score. We have a few different methods to solve this problem, though we will delve more deeply into them later writing on the subject, or in a later writing on the subject. So here's the job handling dilemma. There's quite a bit more research on dealing with the problem of centralized job handling in Ergo. In general, miners must run their own nodes in order to create their own candidates. This poses a problem. If each miner runs their own node, then each miner will simply receive their own block reward. This is no different than each miner solo mining and does not allow for miners to receive consistent payment benefits of pooled mining. Now, I did want to make this clear. It is important too that if you actually want to participate in the governance portion of mining, and outside of what they're trying to fix right here with Plasma, right? So let's say like traditionally, mining to something like 2 miners solo does not really give you that position because you do not control the nodes. Not your nodes, not your vote. Here we go. We got another one to add to the list of not your statements, right? Not your keys, not your crypto, not your nodes, not your vote, and not your power, not your mining. That is pretty much how we kind of go through this in a principled standpoint. What that means is that you need to, if you want to participate within governance, build your own node. However, pools came because essentially on a lot of networks, it became way too difficult for small miners to discover a block and solve it and submit it to the network and generate revenue. And so now what GetBlock is doing is figuring out a way to pool all the miners together, but give the governance back into their hands. At the same time, also decentralizing the process of shares. And that is going to be extremely important too, because right now, as it sits, mining pools are centralized because they handle all of the share counts, etc., and pretty much all of the governance for any proof of work project. So one solution to this problem is to force miners to collateralize ERG in order to participate in the smart pool. By collateralizing a minimum of the current block reward, miners are able to participate in the pool using only an Ergo node, without any need for a stratum connection to some third-party pool. However, requiring collateralization clashes with one of the greatest benefits of a proof of work ecosystem, in that new miners with 0 ERG in their balance are unable to participate in the proof of work consensus mechanism through a decentralized mining pool. Third-party collateral provided by lenders can help solve this problem. By providing collateral, new miners will be able to participate in the smart pool without requiring any ERG themselves. Of course, to properly incentivize lenders to lock up their ERG, a fee must be taken from each uncollateralized miner's payout. While this is doable, it possesses a problem in the protocol is now charging miners to participate in the decentralized pool. We believe that, and this was actually a problem in P2Pool too, as I looked into it more for Monero, which we'll be discussing once I have more of a handle really on Monero's P2Pool in general. But we believe that decentralization should be free of charge for miners, and that miners should not have to pay to participate in a fully decentralized pool. To compensate for this, miners must receive a token to help incentivize them to participate in the decentralized pool. Moreover, the layer 2 protocol we wish to build will involve more than just decentralized mining pools and will instead be the backbone of an entire proof of work economy. This token will serve as the base asset for the protocol, and it will open up a world of new possibilities backed by the security of decentralized mining pools. We will have another article later explaining the capabilities of this token, its use cases, and how it will provide a unique fusion between proof of work and decentralized finance. GetBlock.io wishes to create a true economy for Ergo miners, and we plan to release more information regarding our layer 2 protocol in the near future. And I am really excited that we basically get a token announcement out of this for the layer 2 Plasma build-in. What that sounds like it will do is facilitate the ability for miners to participate within more decentralized avenues for mining, and specifically as it pertains to smart pools. And the collateral can be, put up via, tokens, etc. And that means that there's another investment opportunity here in general. Obviously not financial advice, just something I am poking at as we get closer and closer to more announcements surrounding Plasma for Ergo. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.